Can we invite Kate Burgess and the team from Christchurch Youth Council to come forward? I know there's a master plan being developed. I mean, I'm not worried about that. I think Yanni was talking about another one. But we don't need to have an interruption to our wonderful invited guests. Please proceed.
Kia ora, we're from the Christchurch Youth Council. I'm Piper.
I'm Kendra, and I'm a 20-year-old student at the University of Canterbury and the chairperson for the Christchurch Youth Council. So we are going to kind of explain what our submission is that you guys have read, but before we do that, give a bit of background to how we formed it and who we are. So the Christchurch Youth Council, we're an independent organisation, unlike other youth councils in this country, who do not sit under the City Council. We are completely youth-led, with ages 12 to 24 as our leadership. We have 16 people on our executive board and an equal amount of people as general members who support us with our events, such as the one Piper will touch on. We are a completely incorporated society with our own constitution and kaupapa. Our kaupapa has 4 points, which is advocate, support and strive for stronger voice for young people, engage and promote ideas of active citizenship and participation in order to encourage young people to contribute to their communities, create space and a positive environment to allow the young people to speak, and foster networks and build relationships with decision makers in order to influence change for young people.
You may have attended the long-term plan event we held in order to engage on it with young people. We worked with Caitlin White at the City Council, who's your engagement support student at the City Council, and we held a youth engagement workshops called Decisions for the Decade. It was held Thursday the 4th of April in the Mayor's Lounge, and it was open to all young people who had we had a broad turnout of 42 people. We were also invited all the City Councils and the Mayor to the event, and it was awesome to see the majority of you turned out, which is something we don't normally get at our events. And this is how it ran. We had an icebreaker and introductions of the long-term plan in this Christchurch City Council as well as CYC, set the scene, and then broke into workshops that based on the key topics in the long-term plan. We then had Kai and an opportunity for individuals to outline their priorities through a Monopoly Money activity. You can see the results of this activity in the submission. We then opened the floor for young people to ask questions to the elected members and offered councillors an opportunity to discuss pressing topics to them. The purpose of the engagement event was to enable young people to feel informed and empowered to complete their own submissions, and the feedback from this event, we've had a number of young people who have stated that they may now feel comfortable to complete the submission, which is awesome. Although this was not the primary goal of the event, CYC also used the information to create our own submission, which you've read. As well as this, we wanted the session to be based on the discussion and highlighting issues from young people. Much of the information we have provided is not directly responding to the long-term plan, nor providing a definitive recommendation, but rather outlining what was discussed within each workshop.
The workshops that were run on the night were transport, broken into 5 points of public transport, cycleways, an accessible city, street lighting and road repairs. We had parks, heritage, community facilities, and then water, which was broken into water quality, stormwater and flood protection, and alternative funding and rates with another workshop. We were highly impressed by the depth of conversation that occurred in all of these workshops. When we were planning this event, we thought about focusing on topics in which young people might prioritise, but actually we're really happy that we didn't have to do this. As you can see from the submission content, we actually had a really good engagement with each of the topics, which really outlines the passion that young people have to be part of the decision-making process and have their voices heard. We felt that often young people are underestimated and that think that engagement sessions provided to young people aren't always leading to good problem solving, but we feel this event and some of you guys were in that room and heard the discussions that these young people were having around these topics that they were really passionate about. One thing to be very clear about with our submission is there were 42 people attending that event. there are so many more young people involved, and so we are not representatives for all young people in Christchurch. We are representatives for some, but even within that there are disagreeing statements within our submission because young people are diverse and complicated, and this is what our submission is showing.
So we have a few recommendations for this council. Yep.
So we would like to note that the feedback from the young people who attended the event was very positive. Many young people let us know that this was the first time they had spoken to or met an elected official or the mayor. We would like to recommend that more opportunities like this are made for young people, and to think of CYC as in a position to support you in achieving this. We would like to recognise the effort of all who took the time to come and support the young people. We felt that this helped contribute to such valuable engagement from the young people. We would like to encourage CCC to continue to participate in the youth sector and as a core partner of our kaupapa in ensuring we create networks and foster supportive environments.
And we felt that in the consultation event it wouldn't have been successful without the role of Caitlin White. It was really good to have someone like this on the council that we can help and we can work with in order to achieve our goals. We would like to recommend that this role and similar ones be fostered by City Council in future endeavours. And we'd now like to take 3 or 4 questions.
Very good. Andrew? Dion?
I was interested in, and it's on page 2 of 3 of our agenda, your comments around alcohol taxation. So you'd obviously had a discussion about taxation on alcohol relating to on licences, off licences. The young people concluded that if this was to be looked at, it should focus on supermarkets and liquor stores and not bars or restaurants. I'm interested in what the discussion that got you to that conclusion was like and how you think this might be implemented or what it could look like.
So within our workshops we had different young people running them. Piper and I were not one of the young people that were running that particular workshop, which is alternative funding. This area is definitely something that we don't have a lot of in-depth understanding of where that was coming from. We just know that alternative funding was a workshop and the young people were invited to think about what's a potential to gain other revenue to make things happen in the city. We just didn't have time to really dive into that one particular point, so we're not in a position to really give comment to that question.
All right, thank you.
Dion?
On page 204 of our report, the budgeting exercise, could you just talk about that a little bit? Because that's really cool and it does give a good priority of the things.
So when we discussed the purpose of this event, we talked about the fact that we want to invite as many young people to come in and really learn that whatever happens in this room has real impact and money is coming from somewhere and it's leading to something. And sometimes young people get talked at a lot, and like the money's going from this place to this place. So we decided that we need to show them how that works. And so the idea was during our food break, we'd give them a bundle of $100 in Monopoly money and then write out all the different key points we had identified in the long-term plan, and they could write down like a condition to that money and then place it there, or they could just throw money at it. And so some of the examples had a lot of money thrown at it, like the inner city dog park, which was just someone coming up with an idea and asking a whole bunch of other people, will you give money to it?
I like that.
Yeah, but the idea around it really was, we all the time tell young people that this is the money that the city is using to make change for you, or you can have a say on it if you don't like it because it is your money. So to give them that money and say, you have the opportunity to give it to them and show you guys that this is where young people want to see money thrown at or not thrown at.
Yeah, I might be showing my age here a little bit now, but what's steampunk?
This actually might...
I don't have a clue.
So, again, I'm not really sure. It was just one of those things that got noted down that a young person who wrote it down would be really good at explaining.
Sarah?
Thank you. This is really cool, and it seems to me that there's one area here that takes up quite a lot of space, which is great, and that's transport. And I know that sort of from 12, 13 onwards, young people are more independent, wanting to be out without having to worry about their parents and cars and things. So what is it about transport, buses and cycleways and things, that really helps young people, and what gets in the way?
I think it's such a wide topic. We have a lot of work with ECAN and working with them in order to talk about buses, because that's one that primarily is used by young people. I actually did this workshop, so there was lots of discussion going on. There wouldn't be one thing that I'd say is really important to young people. Having a good system is really important. Yeah.
And you mentioned the cycleways here, and people really super excited for the completion. Were people aware that they've been pushed out in the time? And what was the feedback on that?
It was kind of more so that it needed to be put in priorities of placing as opposed to the timeline. There's lots of mixed feelings about the cycleways and whether they need to be in more places and prioritise those more as opposed to other places. The timeline is always young people want stuff done as quick as possible, so yeah, exactly. And this is why we use them before. Like, I can't drive yet, so if I could use them now to get to school, which I can't at the moment, that would be really cool. But
so as well as the major ones that we've got going in the big routes, more of those little local connections connecting up to stuff. Yeah, is what you mean.
Yeah.
Very good. Sorry, I wasn't looking. Sorry, my apologies. Yeah.
I'm interested in what you were talking about in terms of security and street lighting. And is that to do with just a sense of being safe walking around the city?
Yeah.
So can you tell us a bit more about that?
There was lots of discussion as to whether the street lighting was sufficient enough in the city. A lot of young people felt that it wasn't, and often there's parental concern about the fact that it's not safe to be out after dark because the city's too dark to be around. So there was lots of a want for more street lighting to be placed around and for it to be of better quality. Also, another thing young people noted was the fact that they want more design leeway in street lighting. So.
Yep. Okay, thanks.
Very good. Thank you very much. And really appreciate you taking the time, first of all, to hold the event here at the council. It was really great to see so many young people just engaging in a process. It's not the easiest process to get people engaged in, but you managed to achieve that. So thank you very much on behalf of all of us. Thank you.
Thank you.